My neighbor has been dead for 3 years. Last night, he asked me to help move his couch. I live in a quiet neighborhood where everyone keeps to themselves, but we all knew Mr. Delaney. He was the sweet old man with the immaculately kept lawn, always waving to everyone who passed by. He died in 2021, heart attack in his sleep. Peaceful, or so I thought. Since then, his house has sat empty. No for sale signs, no family visits, nothing. Just a locked-up shell with perfectly trimmed hedges, which, now that I think about it, is odd because no one's been maintaining it. Anyway, last night, around 1:30 a.m., I heard knocking. Not on my door, but from the fence between our houses. Just, knock knock. Pause. Knock knock knock. I peeked through the blinds. And there he was. Mr. Delaney. In the same cardigan he wore every morning to get the paper. Except now, he looked like a VHS tape paused too long, flickery, slightly warped around the edges. I froze. My logical brain said sleep paralysis. Dream. Something. But then he said. Can you help me move my couch? It stuck. That voice. It was definitely his. Calm, friendly, like we were still neighbors and nothing was off. I don't know what possessed me, curiosity, maybe stupidity, but I put on my shoes and went outside. The air smelled like static, if that makes sense. Like a thunderstorm was coming, but the sky was clear. He turned and walked toward his front door, not waiting to see if I'd follow. I did. The door was already open. And that's when I noticed something that made me wish I'd never crossed that damn lawn. The inside of his house was exactly as it was the day he died. Fresh coffee on the table. TV frozen on a game show. But it wasn't dusty. It wasn't abandoned. It was, paused. And then I saw the couch. It was moving. Not like something was under it, like it was breathing. That's when he turned to me and said something I haven't been able to forget, even now, writing this. It's almost ready. I just needed someone alive to lift the other side. Should I go back tonight? So yeah. I know how insane this sounds. I helped a dead man move his couch. Or at least, I tried to. The moment I grabbed the other end, the floor underneath us started to vibrate, like a phone ringing on hardwood. Mr. Delaney, if that's even who or what he is, just smiled like this was the most normal thing in the world. Steady now, he said. You'll wake it up too soon. I asked what we'd wake up, and he chuckled. Not what. Who? And then, no joke, the couch sighed. A deep, gravelly exhale, like a person had been trapped inside for hours. I dropped my end instantly. I said I was leaving. This was too much. That's when he said something that actually made me stop in my tracks. You already let it in, kid. No sense running now. I don't remember walking home. But I woke up in my bed this morning, shoes still on, mud on the carpet. I assumed it was a dream, until I saw the scratch marks. 4 parallel scratches, starting at my front door and leading halfway across the living room floor. Like something had been dragged in. I haven't opened that door since. Around noon, the mailman came. I watched through the peephole as he paused at my mailbox, looked at the house next door, frowned, then moved on. I flung open the door and ran out. Me, hey. You saw him, right? The man at the house. Mailman, startled, you mean Mr. Delaney? He's dead. Me, no, no. Last night, I saw him. In the house. The mailman gave me this weird look, half pity, half fear. Man, that house has been gone since March. I blinked. What do you mean, gone? He pointed. And I swear on everything, the house was gone. Just a rotting foundation, overgrown weeds, and a crumbling porch that looked untouched for years. No couch. No windows. No Mr. Delaney. Nothing. But here's the thing that's keeping me from sleeping tonight. When I walked back inside my house. The couch was there. His couch. Same floral pattern. Same worn-out armrest. Just sitting in my living room like it's always been there. It's not breathing. But it's waiting. And about 10 minutes ago, when I sat down to write this post, it whispered. Thank you. Do I burn it? Or do I sit It's been 24 hours since the couch appeared in my living room. I didn't move it. I didn't touch it. I even tried covering it with a sheet, like that would somehow undo what I did. That only made it worse. Because the moment the sheet touched it, I heard a whisper, not out loud, but in the walls of my skull. You don't hide what's already inside. I backed away. I haven't been in the living room since. But here's the thing that's really king me up. I'm not the only one seeing it. My friend Jeremy came over today. I didn't tell him anything, I just said I needed help moving furniture. He walked into the living room, looked at the couch, and froze. Me, you okay? Jeremy, pale, where'd you get that? Me, why? Jeremy, because. I've seen that couch. It was in my grandma's house. Right before she. He stopped. Wouldn't finish the sentence. He just turned to me and said, "It's not yours." And then he left. No explanation. Blocked me an hour later. That night, the couch moved. I don't mean shifted slightly, I mean I heard it drag itself across the floor. Slow, deep scrapes like someone pulling a heavy trunk with broken wheels. I stayed in my room, lights off, holding my breath. But then I heard something that made me choke back a scream. Another voice. Can I sit next to him? It wasn't Mr. Delaney. This voice was younger. Female. Familiar in a way I couldn't place. I peeked through the crack in the door. The couch was turned toward the hallway now. Facing me. There was no one sitting on it. But there was a dent in the cushion. Like someone had just gotten up. And something was dripping from the armrest. Blood. Not fresh. Old. Thick and black like it had been seeping out for days. This morning, I found a note on my kitchen table. Not written. Typed. On my printer. Which hasn't had paper in it for weeks. One down. You promised 7. I never promised anything. Did I? But just now, while writing this, I checked the living room again. The couch is gone. But there's a new piece of furniture in its place. An old rocking chair. And it's already starting to move. Tell me what to do. Please. I think I've started something, and it doesn't want to end. I gave the couch one soul. Now it wants mine. There's something about old furniture, how it outlives people, absorbs decades of memories, outlasts the dead. It remembers. The rocking chair didn't stop moving. Not once. Not even when I nailed the door shut and blasted music to drown out the creaking. Every few hours, I found something new in the house. A photo of my mom on the chair, even though she died when I was 10. A tooth under the cushion. My phone, recording by itself, playing back voices I didn't recognize, all whispering the same number, 6. That's when it hit me. You promised 7. I checked my inbox. There was a sent email. Written at 3:33 a.m. I didn't write it. Subject line, soul agreement, confirmation. Body. I understand. 7 chairs. 1 host. 1 opening. I will begin. Attached was a PDF. The Covenant of Upholstery. It was a contract. Signed. By me. With my full name. In blood. I went to Jeremy's house. I needed answers. His mom opened the door in tears. Jeremy died in his sleep the night after he visited me. 'Cause of death. Heart failure. Just like Mr. Delaney. That was soul number 2. That night, I got a visit. Mr. Delaney again, older this time. Or maybe just more used up. His mouth opened, but his jaw cracked like splintered wood. He handed me a key. Attic, he rasped. It's all waiting upstairs. I had never been in my attic. Never had a reason. But when I opened it, there were 6 chairs arranged in a circle. All different styles. All rocking. None being touched. And in the center, the couch. Breathing. I stepped inside and suddenly couldn't move. Voices began to swirl around me, fragments of every person I'd ever lost. My mom. Jeremy. Mr. Delaney. Even my own voice, whispering things I hadn't said yet. You finish the circle, you become the host. You sit, and it stops. You break the chain, and it finds someone else. And then, silence. All rocking stopped. The couch exhaled one last time. Choose. So I did. I sat. Just for a second. And the entire attic blinked out like a burned photo. That was 3 nights ago. Now I'm back in my house. No chairs. No couch. Just me. Except. I wake up every night in a different position. Sitting. On chairs I don't remember owning. And now you're reading this. You made it to the end. You've seen all 7 chairs. That means. It's your turn to sit.